welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's always nice to be back here with you guys. So let's have a chat. How have you guys been? I hope you've all been well and healthy and pushing on with life despite every other thing. As you know, right now the economy is really tight, because of all this war that is going on. So most prices of things have really gone up, and yet our salary still remains the same. So that means we just have to try and work harder so we can continue affording the same things that we used to do. Anyway, as some of you know, recently I turned 40 years old. Yes, guys, this girl is 40 years old. 40. Can you believe that? Yes, but I'm happy. 40 years old. I'm grateful. And I was actually looking forward to 40. And I'm also a kind of person that never shies away from their age. I'm so grateful for my age. And I don't take that for granted because there's so many people who don't even make it to 40. My brother, who is 2 years younger than me, passed on 5 years ago. He couldn't make it to 40. So because of things like that, I don't take this for granted. Every moment I have, I'm grateful to God for it. But anyway, before I turned 40, especially when I was in my teenage years, when I was in my 20s, when somebody said, oh, they're in their 40s, I was like, oh my God, I would feel like that person was really old. But guess what? I'm now that old person. Now I'm 40 myself. So how do I feel turning 40? Do I still have the same mindset like when I was a teenager, that people who are in their 40s are very old and all those things? How do I feel? Oh, personally, I don't feel such a great change. Like from when I was in my teenage years, from when I was in my 20s, I almost feel like I still have the same burst of energy because I'm that kind of person who can easily get up, sprint, run, jump, and do all the things. Like I'm always still do the same things that I used to do when I was in my 20s. But on the other hand, it's a little early to say. Let's wait and see as time goes on, because I know many people say, oh, 40s, your body starts to get squeaky, your knees starts to hurt, your joints and all those things. So far, I thank God that that hasn't happened. I am in good health, in good shape. Of course, I could lose a little bit more weight. You can see a little bit something happening there, but never mind. We will work on that. Anyway, I just thought maybe with turning 40, we could hang out, we could chat, and just try to discuss some of the few life lessons I have learned in the 40 years of being here on earth. Most of them are obvious. Most of them, you guys know them. You don't have to be 40 to know most of these things. So one of the things that I have learned is relationships are complicated. Yes, you all know that. You don't have to be 40. Relationships are complicated. Sometimes they might work, sometimes they might not work. And some relationships, choose wisely. Some relationships will propel you to be a better person, and some relationships will hold you down. And then some relationships, as complicated as they are, sometimes you need to find the purpose in it. And if you can't find the purpose in it, then you need to move on. And then the other thing, always try to be a good person. Life is hard. Everyone is going through some kind of struggles and all that. Just try to be nice to people. Be kind. That will go a long way for them. And then the other thing, never stop learning. Never let your quench or your thirst for learning dry out. Every day, each day, try to learn something new. And even anyway, on the other hand, even if you don't try to learn, life itself is a learning journey. You will be forced to learn something. And always remember to enjoy each moment of your life. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Sometimes we are caught up in the moment of like, oh, I haven't achieved this, I need this and that and that. And before you know it, time has gone, you're old, you know, and then you look back, you're like, damn it, why didn't I try to enjoy the moment with the moment, you know? Because even if you haven't achieved everything that you need in life, there's so much good things going on in your life. As long as you're healthy, you're breathing, you have food on the table and all the things, never forget to enjoy each moment of your life. We humans naturally tend to gravitate towards the negative, but no, try to enjoy it. And then learn to be grateful. You're going to encounter a lot more good people than the bad people. But sometimes, so be grateful for the good people, because sometimes the few bad people are going to tend to distort your thinking and make you think that, oh, everybody is bad. But no, be grateful for the few good ones that you have, you know. And then learn to say sorry. It's just few words, but sometimes our ego takes over, and yet just saying sorry can change so much, you know. So we're gonna make a lot of mistakes in our lives, and just saying sorry, you know, can change a lot. So let's learn to say that, and then learn to say no. Some of us are people pleasers. I, in particular, am one of them. You know, I'm a people pleaser. Sometimes even when I don't want to do something, I might just say yes, you know, because I'm always thinking about the other person, but then I'm letting myself down. So we have, sometimes in the moment, we have to learn to say no to people and be okay with that. Because in the moment of saying no, sometimes we at least use that moment to take care of ourselves, you know. And then don't be afraid to be emotional. Life is an emotional roller coaster. Don't be afraid to let people know how you feel, you know. So then, just similar to saying no, it connects to learn to take care of your mental health. You know, nobody else is gonna come and take care of your mental health, because it's only you who knows what you're going through. So learn to really take care of your mental health, you know. And then the other thing, love yourself enough so that even if other people don't love you enough, like we all have expectations, but love yourself enough to know that you're good enough, to know that you can accomplish a lot of things on your own, so that even if you don't get compliments from other people, you know, I am enough, I'm good enough, so that doesn't drain you, that doesn't put you down, you know. And then another thing, work for your money, guys. It's not good to be broke. It's not good to be a beggar. Work for your money, you know. If you have your money, your own money, there's so much power, you know. And especially for women, if you don't work for your own money, you're gonna be pushed left, right, and have nothing. Never be afraid to ask for help. This is something that has taken me a long time to learn to do, but I'm taking baby steps. I'm always that person. Like, generally, I'm used to doing things for myself. If I ask for help and somebody is slow to do it or whatever it is, I jump in, I do it. I don't have the patience to wait. But with time, I'm learning that it's important I learn to ask for help and be patient and wait for that help. Because at the end of the day, in life, nobody's an island. We all need each other. And sometimes we need just somebody to give us a little push. And that little push can propel us to the next level. So let's not be shy. Let our egos not be so big to try and ask for help if we really need it. And then the other thing I've learned is things won't always work out the way we want them. But eventually, you know, we will still be okay. So if things still don't work out, we will eventually be okay. Or sometimes they may not work out immediately, but with time, it will work out. Whichever way, we will survive, we will be okay. Don't kill yourself for that, Don't drain yourself because of that. Most times, the other lesson I've learned is most times we are solely responsible for what happens in our lives. Okay, yeah, I might say that. There's some things that are beyond, but in most times we are responsible for our actions and what happens to us. If we keep talking big but can't put the words into action, that is on us, Of course, there are things that are beyond us too, but put your words into action. Don't just talk and not put it on action and then start blaming other people that things are not working out, And then sometimes our environment is our choice. Sometimes we are stuck in relationships, in friendships that don't really work, but we are too afraid to change that. As such, this environment holds us back. We end up being like those people. So if you're feeling frustrated, stuck, things aren't just working out, one way to help is to change the environment. That is, move to a new environment. So guys, there's so many life lessons, but I can't exhaust all of them in here. So thank you for being here. Go in the comment section. Give me some of the life lessons you've learned. Let's have a chat. Let's catch up. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. Ciao. Have a lovely day.